along and you try to plan for every possible thing, but then one day you fly into England and your cymbals aren't there, and now you've got to go to a music shop spending hundreds of dollars on cymbals again. So.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like live radio too. It's like you have to just roll with it and do whatever. Happen. Anything can happen, but it's but there's an art behind what you guys do, and that's a lot of pressure. And I want to try to expand on that too. You have anxiety socially, you said, and being an introvert and stuff. It must be hard dealing with all those issues on the whim at times.
The biggest thing I've had to overcome is, when I joined the band and they had just done the Hometown Throwdown, and there was a lot of discussion about playing the Warped Tour. There's a lot of discussion about touring with this band, touring with that band, and literally just a lot of very high expectations. And I'm not, it's not even an exaggeration to say that every single one of those things didn't pan out. And then, we thought in 2009 or 2010, maybe it was 2009, we had played a show with a national band, and a week later they sent us an email and they said, how would you guys like to go to Europe with us next year for 3 weeks? And we said, yes, we would love to do that. Thank you very much. So
yes, we'll take that.
And that was in the fall. That would have been 2009. That would have been, I would guess. And then, that was in the fall, and the tour was supposed to be the following June. So we were, getting ready, and, we bought all the airfare. And then literally I woke up a Saturday morning a month before we were supposed to leave, and opened up Facebook and saw that they had canceled the tour.
Oh no!
Yeah, so this is how we
That's
found.
How you
this
found
is how
out.
we found
I hate
out
when you find out stuff on social media.
Yeah,
like
we
that.
never heard from them. They never reached out and apologized or anything like that.
No.
So, yeah, it was kind of.
They probably had some major falling out, and all just kind of went in a hole.
Yeah, it was some kind of internal issue. So. It was just kind of
They should have reached out to you, though.
It was just kind of like gut punch. We had this. We were ready to do this, and we were working on a new album, and we were hoping that this would be the springboard to something, and then that fizzled out as well. But we had non-refundable airfare booked to Europe, and we were lucky enough. We had a really good relationship with that booking agent who was helping us plan the tour. And he felt bad for us, and he said, I would help you guys book a tour next year if you want to come on your own. So that's what we did. We ended up taking that airfare and going next year by ourselves. And then we went back. That was in 2011. We went back in 2012, and we went back in 2015.
And sold out of town in Poland.
That's right, yeah. Yeah. And it's kind of like, you just talk about the expectations, and you talk about releasing an album, and you work, sometimes like this album took, almost 2 years. And, they come out and you have these really high hopes. And then, if they don't work out, then what do you do?
Right.
We could have, after any one of these things happened, we could have just folded. And no one would have blamed us. Right? So for me, and I can't speak for anyone else in the band, but I had to find a reason, to basically just enjoy the actual journey for what it is. Enjoy these four other guys that I love like brothers. We have a great time together. We love playing music together. And if this album comes out and nothing happens, hey, it's great. It's a great album. Mm-hmm. No matter what happens. And I just enjoy
it. It is. And yeah, I mean, that's the camaraderie of it's like garage band theme and everything. That's like huge.
Yeah.
And they're like your brothers.
So I had to find,
Mike, do you think he's like your brother?
Yes, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. We've gotten very close, and all five of us are. But Jay's I'm one of my best friends, and all of us are. Like, we get along so well, and I'm the same boat. When we started, there were lots of aspirations, there were lots of goals, and the band felt like it was going somewhere. And after a while, it's like, well, what are we even doing this for? And that's why I'm still doing it, because I get to see these guys twice a week. You get to share a stage with them and get to laugh with them. And that's the number one reason I keep doing it. I also like a creative output. Like I've always been a creative person, and so I need a vehicle to be creative in. So that's the other thing that why I keep doing it.
It's a good outlet too.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. And it's a safe place for us too. Like when we get together, I said earlier, there's no bad ideas. Nobody's going to make you feel stupid about a song lyric or a riff or whatever you're working on. It's a safe environment for us to work in.
It's funny because on one level it's very toxic, but on the other level it's not. Like we rip on each other so bad, but
all guys. Like,
I mean, it's
like that.
I mean, but we know it's coming from a place
of love.
Yeah, I mean, so in that regard, it's a good way of putting it. It is a safe space. Pretty much anything goes.
You got to toughen each other up a little.
The most horrible thing to any of them is it's a joke. It's all good.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. I want to play another song, but first we're going to take our second break, and then we're going to play Never Have I Ever, and we're going to talk about that. That's probably one of my favorites. Like you said, there's no bad songs on the album that I've heard. I've been privileged to hear them ahead of the release, but this is the one I chose. That's one of my favorites too. But let's take our commercial break, and we'll be back with Moments of Clarity. Stay tuned.
We will return to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Warner after these messages.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Are you looking to expand your knowledge in the mental health field and earn CEU credits at the same time? DID Discovering Hope is having their annual Creating Resilience Conference on November 15th and 16th, and it's open to all trauma survivors and therapists. 2 days of educational workshops will be led by internationally respected experts, including keynote speaker Dr. Colin A. Ross. For mental health professionals, 11 hours of CEUs are available. For more information or to register, visit diddiscoveringhope.org. Once again, that's diddiscoveringhope.org.
Hi, this is Tiffany Warner, your host of Moments of Clarity. Living with a mental health disorder is not easy. If you or someone you know are struggling with this, please know it's so important to seek treatment, and I'm here to help. Please visit the website at momentsofclaritywithtiffany.com to view blog posts and resources on this site to help educate and inspire you to take action, because there's no shame in seeking help for mental health. While you're there, please take a few seconds to sign up for my email list. You'll get some extremely valuable educational and entertaining content that can be sent right to your inbox each week. Plus, you'll also get instant and free access to my guide on managing your anxiety. You can also follow me on Twitter at MOC with Tiffany and at Facebook at Tiffany Warner. And once again, the website is momentsofclaritywithtiffany.com. Thank you so much for your support and for listening to your show, because change can only come when we stand together as one. Hi, this is Tiffany Warner, your host of Moments of Clarity. I'd like to give a shout out to musician-songwriter Don Lawson, who wrote, produced, and performed all the vocals and instruments on my Moments of Clarity theme song. Don gained his inspiration as a mental health counselor himself. He's always looking for artists to record his songs, and you can hear more of Don's music at reverbnation.com/Don Lawson. You can also check him out on Twitter at Don Lawson Music. Thank you so much, Don, for your contribution to Moments of Clarity and ending the stigma on mental health. It's awesome.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Now back to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Warner, licensed mental health counselor. To engage in the conversation, call 866-826-1340. Here's Tiffany.
Hi, welcome back, and this is Moments of Clarity. My name is Tiffany Warner. I am a licensed mental health counselor. I'm your host. Today we're talking music and mental health with the local celebrity band Victims of Circumstance. And in studio I have the saxophone player Jason Anthony. And thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
And Mike Smith is on the line, and he's the lead singer. And you guys are awesome, and I'm a big fan.
Thank you.
And while we were on break, you got the drummer chiming in on your phone.
Glenn Stewart sent in a text that I didn't see. He said, "Tell him about the time that the AC failed on the bus and my bunk filled with water." And I said, "Just call in." He said he can't. So, hi, Glenn.
Hi, Glenn. Who else is in your band? Why don't you give them a shout out?
I should have. Lindsay Petard, our Savant bassist, who is insanely talented. And Devin Johnson on trumpet, who's also insanely talented.
You can hear it through the music.
Yeah.
And if anyone wants to call in, 866-826-1340, 866-826-1340. And I think I want to go ahead and play another song for you guys. Never Have I Ever. I think it's track 2, right?
Yep.
And do you guys want to give a little preview of what the song's about, what inspired it before we play it?
I essentially, I'm going to take all the credit for this one, Mike. I wrote this song. I don't care what anybody says. This is one of those songs where I'd mentioned, how do I translate what I hear in my head to guitar and whatnot. So I had like sung the melody into my phone, and I went to practice, and I said, this is what I hear. This is kind of what I want to happen. And they kind of took that idea and translated it. But essentially, it's a pop song.
Huh.
Really.
That's probably why I like it so much.
And I kind of had like a Beatles vibe in my head. Like I want the chorus. I want the chorus to sound like the Beatles, like a '50s pop song where there's a big harmony. It's very simple and it's about a girl. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
And the fun part was. Because the idea was, never have I ever done all these different things, and the chorus was never have I ever met a girl like you. So we had to come up with things that we've never done, that would be comedic or outrageous or whatever, and that took a long time to figure out things that.
There's a drinking game like that, isn't there?
There is.
Where someone goes, never have I ever, and then whoever can relate has to. Or
whoever has done it, I think
doesn't have to drink.
I'm not sure.
I don't know either.
I've never done it, but I know it exists.
I've seen it on movies and stuff.
Yes, it exists. So yeah, Mike and I think there have been a couple different iterations when we were recording that we went back, and I think we did it 2 or 3 different times with different lyrics.
Because never have I ever.
My idea was to have like 30 of these and just kind of improvise them live, but we finally just settled on this final version of the song. But that was my original thought, was like, let's just come up with a bunch of them that we can rotate in and out and even kind of improvise them on stage a little bit.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. You can feel free to do that, buddy.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't care.
Take all the credit and then, okay, Mike, change the lyrics.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just the idea, like the song's idea and structure was kind of my doing.
So, Jason, you never had a friend with benefits or had a fight with your arch nemesis? Never been involved with espionage?
Nope, none of those things.
Well, let's play this song, Ed, and let's hear it, and it's really great, and I congratulate you guys on this.